Hi there and welcome to another guitar teacher training video here at Inspire Music School, and in this video what we're going to talk about is trial lessons for students aged 5 to 6. Now, the important thing to remember with students aged 5 to 6, especially at the moment as we are coming off the back of lockdowns for COVID-19, is students at this age category are primarily the youngest students that you'll ever really encounter playing the guitar. And what's really important is that we're not bombarding them with too much information. The important thing to remember, and you can write this down, and this will go for all of your classes for this smaller age category, whether it's trial, intro or group classes, would be gamification. Now that's a bit of a buzzword at the moment, so I do apologise, but gamification is a massive one. Everything needs to be fun. Everything needs to be a game, because believe it or not, a lot of what they're doing at school is set out like this. You cannot teach a 5 or 6 year old the same way that you would teach a 10 or 11 or a 12-year-old. It just doesn't work that way because they're not used to that in their day-to-day life. So here is something that I would recommend that you absolutely should try and do to ensure that they're having fun and that they are engaging in their lesson. You want lots of engagement. So first things first, I would sit them down and I talk about things like their favourite thing to do at school. What have they done that day? What's their favourite thing to watch on the TV? Try and get them speaking, try and get some sort of common ground. Some children are very, very nervous when they meet new people for the first time. So we want to make sure that we're building that relationship right off the bat. Then what we do is I say, we're going to have a look at some bits and bobs on our guitar. If they've bought a guitar, just check that it's in tune. If you've got your own guitar, if you're using one of the school's ones, make sure it's in tune and hand it to them. And for that age group, we ideally want to be giving them a half-size guitar. Then, if they haven't got a plectrum, we can give them a plectrum because they sanitize when they come in and when they go out. You give them the plectrum, and we're going to show them how to hold the pick. And what I say is, as long as we can pick our strings, and I let them kind of brush through the strings and kind of go from there, as long as we can do that, we can play the guitar. And you can maybe show them something really cool on your guitar that you can play. Could be a blues lick, could be like a bit of shredding or something like that. Something that's going to give them a bit of wow factor. We want to inspire them. We want them to be enjoying their time here. Then what I do is I take them into the first game. Now, the first game that I play with any student is around the string names. So first off, we just make sure that we can confirm how many strings are on the guitar. So how many strings have you got on your guitar? And they'll sit there and they'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they'll go 6. And I'm like, brilliant, fantastic. That's all we need to make sure that we've got there. We need to make sure that we've got 6 strings on our guitar. We've got 6 strings, we're ready to go. Then what I do is I say, each string has their own special name. And I might say, not like Steve or Bob or something like that, but they have their own special name. And what I do is I'll either go top to bottom, Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie, okay? Or if I'm going bottom to top, Easter Bunny goes driving at Easter. Now, the bottom to top one might be a little bit better, but I'll let you decide as to which one you think that is. The reason why I tend to steer away from Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie, is because not every student knows what dynamite actually is, so therefore they're not always kind of clocking on to what's actually being said, whereas the Easter Bunny is something that a lot more students are familiar with. So maybe for the older ones, we'll keep it to Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie. But if you feel that they'll be able to take that on board, then by all means go for it. And then what I do is I get the whiteboard out, or I'll get a piece of paper and I'll put it on the stand, and I'll divide 2 little boxes up, and I'll have a score sheet for them and a little column for me. And what I do is I say, I'm going to name a string and I want you to pick it with your plectrum here. Okay? Now, if you get it right, you get a point. If you get it wrong, I get a point. And the idea is you don't want me to get any points. You want to keep all the points. And they're like, okay, right, okay, let's go. So I might say, find me, if it's Easter Bunny goes driving at Easter, find me an Easter string. And once they've established that they can find where all those strings are, then they can go and take the pick and try and twang the Easter string. Now, we want them to win every game. So unfortunately, if you are like uber competitive, you are going to need to sacrifice that a little bit. They are only like 5 or 6 years old, so you just have to get over that. But you want them to be winning every game. You want them to feel like, wow, I can do this. This is amazing. I can get through this. So I'm learning something. So you can go like, okay, well, where's the Easter string? And they pick the Easter string, and then where's the bunny string? And if you find that they're struggling, what you need to do is go, well, hang on a second, go from the bottom, Easter bunny goes right, find which one it is that you're trying to find, and then they go, oh yeah, it's the bunny string. Okay, Easter bunny, and then they play the bunny string, and away you go. That's it. That's literally all I'm doing. First to 5. And then what I do is once we've established, hey, you've won and it's fantastic and aren't you clever, then we go on to round 2. And round 2 I might just say we're going to use the letter now. So we're not going to do Easter, we're going to say E. Or in some cases you'll have to go eh, depending on where they are at in their school journey. You have to be very, very mindful of that. So that should take up round about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, depending obviously on how good the student is at that. After that, you might want to try just some down and up picking, okay? And then from that, what I might do is a cool down game. Depends on how much time we've got. And what I might do is like a noughts and crosses, but instead of noughts and crosses, I do like string names. So you can be the Easter string and I'll be the bunny string or whatever. And then they have to get 3 E's in a row, take it in turns, or I have to get, 3 B's in a row and explain the basic premises of noughts and crosses, but we're using string names. And then from there, you go into the Q&A session with the adult. So you want that to last no longer than about 20 minutes. We want it fun, fun, fun. We want them to be able to do everything, and we want them winning the games, and we want them feeling like, wow, I've learned my string names, and then you can kind of go from there. So I hope that's clear, hope that's concise, and if so, I will see you in the next video.